Hi everyone, welcome back to this lesson. Dear students, after studying the direct and indirect speech in detail, let's have a summary lesson that's gonna give you a quick revision with the important points of the lesson. The first point is the manner of conveying the words of the speaker is known as speech in English grammar. The second point, there are two kinds of speech, direct speech and the indirect speech. Quoting or presenting the exact words spoken by someone is the direct speech, and reporting the words of the speaker by the listener to a third person is the indirect or reported speech. This we have understood through the conversation among Simi, Mark and Gia in the first part of the lesson. In simple words, the reported speech can be expressed in two different ways. The first one is repeating the actual words used by the speaker and putting them within the quotation marks, and this is known as the direct speech or direct narration. In the second way, we can give the substance of those words of the speaker, or the main idea of the words of the speaker is reported by another person. This is called the indirect speech or indirect narration. Point number 3. What is the reporting verb and what is the reported verb? The reporting verb and the reported clause, these are important keywords in the process of learning how to convert the direct into the indirect speech. In this sentence, in the direct speech, Aisha said to me, I have a cold. We have two clauses. The first one is Aisha said to me. This is known as the reporting clause, and the verb that is used in this clause is known as the reporting verb. And the second part of this sentence, which is written within the inverted commas, is known as the reported clause. And obviously, the verb that is used in this reported clause is known as the reported verb. So, in this example, the word said is the reporting verb and I have a cold is the reported clause or speech. Did you know that the tense of the reporting verb is never changed, but the tense of the reported speech is liable to certain changes in passing from the direct narration to the indirect, and these depend on the tense of the reporting verb. That's why the identification of the reporting verb is must. Point number 4. This point takes us to the first step, that is, change in the reporting verb. Let's know what changes are made to the reporting verb while converting the direct speech into the indirect speech. There are two important facts regarding the reporting verb. The first one is the tense of the reporting verb in the direct speech governs the tense of the reported clause in the indirect speech. And second, there is no change in the tense of the reporting verb, but the reporting verb is changed according to the sentence structure of the reported clause or the tone of the speaker. If the reported clause is a statement or a declarative sentence, then the reporting verb would be say, tell, or explain. In case the reported clause is an interrogative sentence or a question, the reporting verb would be changed into ask, inquire, want to know, etc. In case the reported clause is an imperative sentence expressing order, command, request, or suggestion, then the reporting verb would be changed into a verb of command or request according to the expression of emotions in the reported clause. The same is the case with the exclamatory sentences expressed in the reported clause. In case of these sentences, the reporting verb is changed into exclaimed, declared, wished, etc. according to the tone of the speaker. Point number 5. The second step for the conversion is replacing the comma with a suitable connector and the removal of quotation marks. Well, what would be this suitable connector? It depends on the construction or the structure of sentences in the reported clause. If the reported clause is a statement or a declarative sentence, we use the conjunction word that. In case of WH word questions, we use the same WH word as the connector. In case of yes or no answer questions, if or whether, one of these is used as the conjunction word. Point number 6. The third step is change in pronouns. While dealing with this change in pronouns, remember these 3 rules. The pronouns of the first person, I, my, me, mine, we, our, us, ours, change into the person and gender of the subject of the reporting verb. Let's understand this rule with this example. Nancy said to Priya, I have informed the manager. Here, in this example, the first person in the reported speech is I, and it's changed according to the subject of the reporting speech, that is Nancy. So, Nancy is a third person female. I becomes she in the indirect speech. Now let's take up the second example. And that will take us to the second rule for changing of pronouns. Seema said to him, your project seems interesting. When we change this sentence into the indirect speech, it reads like this. Seema told him that his project seemed interesting. In this example, the second person pronoun in the reported speech, that's your in this sentence, is changed according to the object of the reporting speech. And what's the object of the reporting speech here? That is him. So, in the indirect speech, the second person pronoun your will be changed into his. The third point, while changing the pronouns, is the third person pronouns like she, he, it, they are not changed at all. For example, Mohit said to me, she is a disciplined girl. The indirect speech of this sentence is, Mohit told me that she was a disciplined girl. Did you notice the third person pronoun in the reported speech are not changed? You can use the classroom trick of SON upon 1, 2, 3 to remember these 3 rules. As we have S upon 1, so first person is changed according to the subject. 2 is the second person and it's changed according to the object. And 3 is the third person and that's not changed. So N means no change. Point number 7. Backshifting of tenses as per the requirement. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, the tense of the reported clause changes to its corresponding past forms. Let's connect this point to the point number 3 that's related to the reporting verb. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, it's liable to certain changes in the reported clause. The first change is backshifting of tenses. That means shifting the tense back to the past. Like the present tense would be changed into one of its past forms. Suppose the direct speech is expressed in the simple present, that would be changed into the simple past. The present continuous changes to the past continuous and the present perfect to the past perfect. The same is the case with the present perfect continuous. It changes to the past perfect continuous. Now, what if the reported clause is expressed in the past tense? Well, let's know about this. If the reporting verb is in the past tense and the reported clause is also in the past tense, suppose it's the simple past, then in some cases it's changed into the past perfect. But not always. It depends on the context. And the past continuous is changed into the past perfect continuous. Why do we backshift the tenses? Why do we change the present verb forms in their past forms? The reason is that time has passed between the moment of speaking and the time of the report. So the tenses usually shift or move back in time. But the tense of the reported clause remains unchanged if the reporting verb is in the present or the future tense, or the words within the quotation marks talk of a universal truth, historical facts, or habitual actions. Point number 8. Time and place expressions showing or indicating nearness must be replaced with appropriate words expressing distance. Some important words for time and place expressions are like today, that becomes that day. Tonight becomes that night. Tomorrow becomes the next day or the following day. Next week, month, or year becomes the next or the following week, month, or year. The expression like ago becomes before. Yesterday becomes the day before or the previous day. Last week or last month becomes the last or the previous week or month. Now becomes then. Here becomes there. This becomes that if it refers to a place. And this is an overview or quick recap of the rules. If you want to study these steps and rules for the conversion of the direct speech into the indirect speech with lots of examples and exercises, please refer to the detailed lesson series on this topic. To get that lesson series, please click on the card shown above. Thank you for joining. Happy learning!